Be back on board.
The clinic welcomes all patients, whether Freestar or UC. Please respect priority docking for emergency patients. The clinic welcomes all.
How can I be of service, Captain?
Ma'am, I'm just a courier.
I understand that. I'm not blaming you directly. Dr. Salvato, how long have you been here?
About a year now, Doctor.
And in that year, how many times have we had this conversation about late or missing shipments of supplies?
I believe this is the third time.
Yes, that sounds right. 3 times. I will be making it very clear to your superiors that lives are at stake, and the clinic requires reliable transport. If your company cannot meet our needs, someone else will.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Anything I can help you with?
Thank you, Dr. Salvato. You may return to your duties. Running this facility is a challenge, even when there isn't an outbreak of some sort. Welcome to the clinic. I'm Dr. Darvish, Chief of Medicine. Is there something I can do for you? I thought perhaps the name gave it away. This is one of the preeminent medical care centers in the Settled Systems. We take our work very seriously. Are you? Because I don't have any appointments scheduled. We have a particular focus on astrovirology here, so the patients we take on tend to have unusual cases that require long-term care, and sometimes require unorthodox or experimental treatments. We have an excellent track record that speaks for itself, but it doesn't leave room for much else. Whatever business you may be here for, I trust that you will conduct it quickly, and do so without interfering with my staff or our operations. I am, yes. I took over from Dr. Eswaran when he retired 9 years ago. While the clinic does occasionally take on research projects that have their own chain of command, I am ultimately responsible for the entire facility. The clinic has occasionally been faced with unique situations that might be considered hazardous in other facilities, but no, nothing that could not be contained and dealt with. I'm afraid that information is confidential and restricted to our corporate partners funding the projects. Certainly. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of new worlds that humanity has set foot on. While many don't host some sort of life, there are more than enough that do. Any one of those worlds could be inhabited by all manner of pathogens, things we've never seen and have no idea how to treat. Someone has to try and stay ahead of what could be a very deadly curve. Here at the clinic, we do our best. If we do it right, no, not usually. An abundance of safety protocols are in place, and we have decades of experience. Ironically, this may be one of the safest environments in the Settled Systems. Would you now? Well, I suppose we could always use additional research specimens. The more data we have about what's out there in the Settled Systems, the faster we can diagnose novel illnesses. In theory, at least. I suppose we could consider you an independent contractor of sorts. We've made progress with alien biosuppressants, helping to prevent secondary infections when treating patients, but we could stand to learn more. If you could collect some additional samples, we'd be grateful. What we're looking for are basic organic substances. They could come from any number of flora or fauna on countless worlds across the settled systems. Just keep your eyes open as you travel and harvest things. Or frankly, if you can find them at a reasonable price somewhere, purchase them. I'm less concerned with the source than the materials themselves.
It's a grav drive. I literally can't get here any faster. I hate this delivery run. Can't ever get here fast enough.
Need some work done?
I'm just here to keep the peace. You need medical help, I'm the last person you want to talk to. Yeah? Got some trouble? Oh, now hold on a minute. You're the new deputy, ain't you? Yeah, the marshal's been sending out reports, keeping us all in the loop in your investigation. Well, now that'd be telling, wouldn't it? It ain't anything bad, if that's what you're wondering. You just keep your mind on the task at hand. Yep, I'm pretty well caught up on things. Ben Armistead, pleased to meet you. Well, I guess that's the long and short of it. You're the newest member of the Rangers, and I'm the oldest. So, is one of them first mercenaries here at the clinic? Well, I think you made the right decision to come here. No better place in the settled systems to get medical treatment. You can bet it beats anything them UC piglets got. Ironic, given they're the ones who built it. I know just the man who can help you. Right this way, Deputy. Just between you and me, I ain't entirely sure why someone felt the need to station a ranger out here. I'm not much more than a glorified bodyguard for Dr. Darvish. Council of Governors. Most of the staff don't seem fond of the idea of me being here, and I ain't fond of them right back. Bunch of stuffy eggheads, if you ask me. Except Ari, that is.
A couple
He's
of years
about the
on
only
duty
one
here,
I can have a
and
conversation
anyone would be
with.
qualified to run any
Hey
other
there,
hospital
Ari.
in the settled
Working
systems.
hard or hardly working?
Hey, Chief. A little more the former than the latter. What brings you by?
Well, the deputy here could use some help. Came looking for someone who might be a patient.
It'd be
I'll see
enough
what I
to
can
know
do.
if the Rangers are keeping an eye
I'll
on
leave
us.
you in Mr.
But you have
Miller's
to be my own
capable
husband.
hands.
So
You need
comforting.
anything else, I'll be in my office.
I'll try to help you, but our computer systems have been having some issues. Huh. Well, we don't give the patients free access to our computer systems, so I doubt that's related. Still, it's worth keeping in mind. So who's the suspect you're after? The name's not ringing any bells, but maybe we can approach this another way. Do you know what was wrong with her? That should help narrow things down. I can access the patient records from my terminal, assuming the database cooperates. Come on.
Everything good? We're here to help.
Okay, give me just a minute here. Maya Cruz. Maya Cruz. Come on, Maya. need you to be in here. Okay, finally, here we go. Oh. No matches found for a Maya cruise. If Maya's here, then she's got to be using an alias. Which actually makes a lot of sense if she's a wanted woman. Yeah, let me think for a second. All right, hang on. I know that we do have a few female patients staying with us. There's Candace... what's her last name? Doolin. Candace Doolin. And then there's the Nakamori woman. I think her name's Jane. I don't recall offhand what they're here for, but it's a start. Off the top of my head, yeah. That being said, we don't usually have a lot of patients staying here at any one point in time. Most people can't afford it. Sorry I couldn't be more helpful. I'll keep looking, see if I can turn up anything else useful.
You had a chance to talk to Dr. Cassidy. Really fun guy.
These poor people. I can't imagine suffering from something no one understands. It must be terribly frightening for them.
Clearly in the wrong. Excuse me. What gives you the right to come in here? You're not my attending physician. There's a Freestar Ranger stationed here, and if you don't leave, I'll have him called in to deal with you. Well, I suppose I can give you a minute. Believe me, I hadn't intended to stay here. I'm a courier. I was transporting certain sensitive documents here to the clinic. My ship was intercepted by pirates. I escaped, but not without damage to my life support systems. By the time I reached the clinic, I was barely alive. I was rescued and placed in intensive care. That was 2 days ago. Mr. Miller handled the paperwork. You should ask him. Well, the nature of my work requires a certain level of discretion, much as yours does. I've shared all that I'm willing to share with you, Deputy. Yeah, I hope so. I'd like to think so. I hear you. Not happening. I can see that you... If you don't believe me, then ask Mr. Miller at the desk. He can verify who I am and how I...
Need to make sure those samples get disposed.
This place makes me feel awful cooped up. Oh, I miss having my hands in the soil. Why, hello. Are you here to keep me company? I do hope so. I can't get any of these doctors or nurses to slow down and just chat for a while. They all claim they're too busy. Taking care of patients isn't just about running tests and doing surgeries. The clinic's a lonely place when you've got nobody to talk to, after all. Ranger business? Oh, I can't imagine what for. Unless you're here to track down that no-account husband of mine, that is. You'd think he could be bothered to pay me a visit once in a while, given I've been here as long as I have. But no. All I get is the occasional letter apologizing because he's too busy to run the farm all by himself. So hire some help, I tell him. And then all he wants to do is complain about how my medical bills ate up all our money. Ugh.
Perhaps we should move on.
You want to talk about questions, uh-huh. Well, I've got plenty of those. Starting with how come these so-called doctors can't find anything wrong with me? I've got no end of pains. Headaches, sore knees, a sore back, digestive problems, and all manner of other ailments. I keep telling them I must have caught some kind of alien virus. But these fool doctors can't figure it out. I'd had test after test for 3 months straight, and I'm damn near broke from the cost of staying here. Well, ain't you smart, using them big words? If that's supposed to make me feel better, I got news for you. It don't. I thought the high and mighty Freestar Rangers were supposed to help others in need. Yes, me. I think that sterling reputation's getting a little tarnished lately. Well, go on then. Don't let the troubles of one poor citizen distract you from whatever higher calling you all answer to these days.
Doctors still don't know when we'll be okay to leave.
I trust you'll respect my privacy.
Just 1 week without something.
Hey, how'd it go? Did you have any luck? Okay, shoot. The courier? Yeah, that's right. It was real touch and go there for a while. She was lucky to pull through. Yep, she practically lives here. I gotta think the money's gonna run out sometime soon, though. It's kinda sad, really. She clearly wants attention and someone to talk to. Just between us, I get the feeling that things with her husband aren't great. I made some progress digging through the patient records, and I have one more lead for you. Her name's Catalina Rivera. She was rushed into surgery for some kind of emergency procedure. I probably shouldn't say this, but she was in real bad shape. The good news is, she seems to fit your suspect's profile. The bad news is that she's a guest in our VIP wing. That area is restricted to authorized clinic personnel. Even I can't go in there. Think of it as high-end care, with bigger rooms, better food, and more amenities. Cost a fortune, of course. The VIP wing also provides privacy, and that's why only a select few staff members are allowed in. Yeah, well, I don't think the doctors here care all that much about where the Rangers are supposed to go. Dr. Cassidy's in charge of the VIP wing. You need his permission to enter. Unfortunately, he's a real stickler for the rules, and the rules say no visitors without prior arrangement. You didn't hear this from me, but I happen to know that he keeps a spare access card somewhere in his office. Hope that helps you.
My mother wanted me to be a doctor. Doctor?
There's such a mountain of work, I could really use a hand. Oh, I don't want to.
How does she expect me to get all this done by myself?
You know what? On second thought, I don't want to know. Something's out there.
I couldn't tell you the last time I wasn't breathing.
All crew accounted for. We're ready to depart.
Good day, Captain.
Hey. Goodbye.
Heard your ship, Doc. If you are who I think
Temperature
you are,
levels are bottoming out.
I had to warn you. I've had more than enough time to prepare for this. So either you leave now, or I'll be burying what's left of you.
Mount Etland set up shop here. That crystalline formation looks quite intriguing and valuable. It's like an enormous geode. Crystalline formations like this are incredibly rare. Why this place was abandoned, I'll never understand. I'm sure they had something we can use. I'm gonna go down. I've visited planets with cave systems so extensive, I could get lost within them for years. you're searching, then make it quick.
Well, what are you waiting for? Finish it. Because that's what we were hired to do. The pay was good, too. But the best part was getting to stick it to the people who turned their backs on us. Of course it is! We spent 20 years behind bars because our leaders got scared and called off our attack just when we had the battle won. And did the people of the Freestar Collective that we fought and died for come to our defense? No! They did nothing. Nothing! Well, now they can die. Just like most of our unit did. I can't wait until you find out. Fine. I ain't feeling conversational anyway. Yeah. We've got a base, a good one, too. Spent months of my life getting that place up and running. As for where it is, you're going to have to figure that out on your own. Of course I ain't. What kind of fool would be eager to die? I'm just not stupid enough to deny what's inevitable. I wish I were. How about I make this real simple for us both? I've got maybe a few weeks to live, and I ain't spending them behind bars. You want to put an end to me here and now? Then fine. Get it over with. Life's kicked me around enough as it is. But if you want to let me die on my own terms, then leave me in peace. I've been abused or abandoned by everyone I ever got close to. Gave up on people and put my faith in machines instead. Wasn't until I came to the 1st Cavalry and met Major Hull. that I felt I could trust someone again. Well, how about a test? Rangers are known to be handy with a gun. But here's a problem you'll have to solve with your brain instead. I've encrypted this slate. If you can crack it, you'll learn something useful. Now get out of here, and leave me in peace.
Let's bring this stuff back to the ship and sort through it later.
Hello.
Be back on board.
The services deck is the heart of the supply.
Hey, deputy! It's really an honor.
Just making my way.
Helga says I spend too much time at my terminal. She's probably right. Hey there, Deputy. Way I hear it, you've been keeping busy jumping from one side of the Freestar Collective to the other. How do you like the job so far? That's good to hear. So, what brings you by? It's going well so far. I think I'm close. With enough data, I'll be able to tell you everything they're up to. Well, well, what do we have here? Well, this is new. Very interesting indeed. I'll see what I can do. If you can get me another one of these, it'll give me more context for the encryption and should speed things up. In the meantime, you be careful out there, Deputy. From what I've heard, these mercs mean business.